Our next artist is Titian. Now, Titian starts as a apprentice to Giorgione. When Giorgione dies, he then becomes an apprentice to none other than Bellini. What? I know. So, we're going to look at one of his works that, interesting enough, has often been considered a work by Giorgione. Huh? Well, Giorgione and Titian's earlier works look so similar that it's often difficult to identify student and master. Here, I've titled it Titian, or as the artist, and the title is Pastoral Concert, and then in parentheses, Pastoral Symphony. That's because it's cataloged or identified as both. Both are correct, just a different interpretation of the Italian title. So here we see two men and two women in a lush landscape. And there's a very dreamy, tranquil revelry that we see here. The light, the haze. Oh, Miss Cortez, you're going to talk about the light again? Yes, I am. The light is beautiful. And these two men are in conversation. Are they paying attention to the two naked chicks nearby? No. What? There's a shepherd here. He's got his sheep back there. But nobody really seems to be paying attention to the two naked ladies in front of them. Why is this? Well, it's because it is shorthand. It is shorthand for something that we call a personification. Artists will often let you know a woman is not a real person by making her naked. Instead, she is a personification when an abstract idea or object is given human form. I don't know why I have person there. I don't know, maybe often in the shape of a person? I don't know. So who are these two? These two invisible naked women? Well, let's look a little bit closer at what they're doing. Okay. So the man here in this extremely bright red satin sleeves and pants and fancy tights, he's holding a lute. It's kind of like a guitar, but he's holding it backwards. Okay, well, why would he be doing that? Okay, well, think about it. He's talking to this guy and he's not holding his lute correctly. He's going like this. He's making a beat on the back of his lute. With the other guy, there's a, you see it, there's a flute. The woman's holding a flute, right? But it's so associated closely with this guy. This guy holding a flute, maybe they're making a beat, a song. This woman here, she's pouring water into a well. Now you might think, well, that's stupid. That you're supposed to pour water or get water out of a well, not pour it back in. Well, okay, two things are happening here. First, Titian is showing off. He's showing off by giving you a clear glass with clear water. And you understood it as a clear glass with water in it. That is really difficult to do. You try to paint clear glass in a clear water in a clear glass. It's hard. So that's one thing that Titian's doing. The other thing he's doing is, okay, well, look at what she's doing. Where is she? She's like this. She's slowly pouring that water in, right? Drip, 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 drip. She's making the beat. So if we think of them as personifications, abstract ideas, maybe it's music. Maybe these two women are personifications of making music. They're the inspiration for their song. Oh, nice. Now, this landscape behind them, it just goes on and on. Look at those lush trees. Look at that beautiful blue. It's just fantastic, right? Well, we would also say that this is Arcadian. Arcadian? Often you will hear people use the word Arcadian. Oh, look at this beautiful landscape. I want to go back to Arcadia. Arcadian is describing and some kind of idyllic rural place. And it goes back to the ancient Greeks. The ancient Greeks would often write about the beautiful land just beyond or outside of Athens called Arcadia. And they always talk about it being, oh, the simple life, oh, to be a shepherd. Oh, there's our shepherd. Oh, to enjoy the beautiful lushness of nature. Oh, there we go. Even these women's full bodies, they have this lushness, this voluptuousness, this fullness, like the fertility of the land. So when we appreciate them as personifications, we appreciate this landscape, we also have to think about the difference between these two. What, Miss Cortez? Well, this guy here, he is dressed like a rich dude. He has these bright red satin sleeves and these big satin pants and those fancy tights. We've already talked about how fabric is crazy expensive. He doesn't need all of that fabric. That's showing off. He doesn't need all the fabric on his pants. So he's showing off. He's rich. And you know what he's holding? He's holding a lute. A lute is a very complicated instrument to create. It's expensive. So he's a rich guy holding a rich instrument or expensive instrument. It's like today if you were to see a guy walking by wearing a Tesla jacket and he's like, oh, what? Oh, yeah, I have a Tesla. It's his way of showing his wealth. The other guy, the other guy, he's got kind of a moppy, dusty, curly, fuzzy head, and he doesn't have any socks or stockings on or shoes. He's wearing a brown wool tunic. You know what he looks like? That guy right there. Because he's probably a shepherd, just like that guy. He's poor. He's poorer than that rich guy. And he, while he's not holding it, he's associated with the lute or the flute. Flutes, I mean, they're very basic. You just get a hollowed out reed, cut it, put some holes in the middle, and then do, you got your flute. So, poor dude, poor guy, poor man's instrument, rich guy, rich guy's instrument. So we see this balance of opposites creating harmony and music and melody in this beautiful landscape. That's where we get our Renaissance. To give you a sense of scale, it's not that big. So again, this most likely would have been just like the Giorgione, a conversation piece. I don't know this guy over here. I found this online. So I really need you to go and take a picture. Nothing against this guy, but he doesn't look as excited as I am about this painting. All right.